So, 1, 2, 3, go! Hi guys! It's Kath and welcome back to my channel. Alam ko kung bakit kayo nandito. I know why you're here. You also want to know what are the travel requirements in entering Canada, especially during this pandemic. So, if you want to know the things that I prepare prior to my flight going here in Canada, please keep on watching. Like, traveling right now is really not an essential thing, especially here in Canada, because they are trying to minimize the increase of COVID cases here. But super ganda din ang healthcare benefit dito. As in, you can just schedule a COVID vaccine and then for a few days, magkakaroon ka na ng COVID vaccine, which is nice. Maganda din naman, especially if you are a health card holder, you're using MSP or permanent resident. So, super ganda. Travel is really not an essential thing. Just travel when you really need it to. But if not, just stay at home, stay with your family, and that's the best thing that you can do right now. But hindi naman talaga natin may iwasan that we really need to travel, especially kung may mga kailangan talaga tayong gawin. So, just be cautious and just protect yourself, especially you're out, especially sa mga airport. There's a lot of people in there. As in, there are a lot of flights going in day by day. So, you really have to protect yourself. Wear a face mask, wear a face shield, bring your alcohol, always sanitize yourself. Para lang din maiwasan yung pag-transmit ng COVID virus. That's the thing that you really wanted to do, is to take care of yourself, because especially ngayong pandemic, it's really unpredictable. So here guys, I know why you're here also watching this video. You want to know what are the things that I need in entering Canada, especially by air. So ano nga ba ang mga kailangan mo in entering here in Canada? So first, before tayo pumunta talaga dun sa mga requirements, kailangan muna natin malaman if you are eligible in coming here in Canada. Sino-sino nga ba ang mga eligible in coming here in Canada? First is mga citizen. Next, ang mga PR card holders. The next are international students. And also, yung mga relatives ng mga PR card holders and citizens. You want to check the Government of Canada's website to know if you're eligible in coming here in Canada. So, aside from knowing if you're eligible to enter here in Canada, you also want to know the airports that are open for international flights. There are 4 airports that are only open for international flights for inbound travelers. That is the Vancouver International Airport, the Toronto Pearson International Airport, the Calgary International Airport, and the Trudeau Montreal International Airport. So, ayan lang yung mga airports that are open for international flights going inside Canada. So, kung naka-connecting flight kayo, make sure you are going to land on those 4 international airports. So, now that you know the eligibility of entering in Canada, the airports that are open, next is, what is your purpose here in going to Canada? Are you going to study? Are you going to work? Meet with your family? Or just a tourist? Here's the most awaited part. The requirements in entering Canada. I know medyo madaming requirements pre-pandemic, and especially right now, nadagdagan pa. But I know kayang-kaya niya. And one tip lang guys from me, make sure na gawin niyo tong mga requirements na to prior pa to your flight, 3 days before or 1 week before gawin niyo na. Para lang hassle-free na kayo pagpasok niyo ng airport, okay na, check in immigration, and you're done. You're just waiting for your plane to fly. Kasi, what I can see is, nung pagpunta ko ng airport, marami pa ding tao na nagsasign up sa mga applications, sa mga companies, nagsasign up sila, and hindi kayo nabibigyan ng ample time for you to research about what you're signing up for. Especially, madaming ang kailangan i-sign up na application, na mga website. So, just make sure na at least 3 days. At least 3 days maglaan kayo ng time para makapag-sign up on all these requirements na kailangan in entering Canada. So my flight going here in Canada was last May 27, 2021. So that trip was planned in less than 2 weeks. Less than 2 weeks, guys. So, kasi I'm really not sure about going back to Canada again. But I really wanted to. I really wanted to. Because it's been almost a year since I left here. And I really wanted to come back again. Not just because I missed the place, but because I wanted to see myself again in a bigger picture. That's it. So let's start with the first 2 requirements. The first 2 requirements are very basic. The first requirement that you need is very important. A valid passport. Siyempre, kailangan mo ng passport para lumipad. Para makapunta ka dito. Kailangan mo ng Philippine passport. Make sure that it is valid at least 6 months before your flight. So number 2, make sure you have a valid visa. Either student visa man yan, work visa, or if you're a permanent resident here, your PR card. Siyempre, if you're a citizen, you have a Canadian passport. So that makes you eligible to travel. You already have your passport and your visa. Make sure those 2 are valid if you want to enter here in Canada. So the third requirement that you need to enter here in Canada, if you're a student, you need to have a valid study permit, a letter acceptance from the school, verification of enrollment, plus your school needs to be a DLI. DLI meaning Designated Learning Institution. You can only fly as an international student to Canada if your school is a Designated Learning Institution. So make sure to message your school if you're planning to enter here in Canada so they could give you additional support letters that you can present to the CBSA officer. So for me as an international student, I messaged my school 3 days before my flight and they gave me a quarantine plan and also additional letter that I can give to the CBSA officer in case they need it. So if you're coming here for work, of course, you need to have an employment letter coming from your employer. If you're coming here as a permanent resident, either the PR card or a certificate of permanent residency. The next requirement that you need is, of course, a flight ticket. I always fly directly with Philippine Airlines, Manila to Vancouver, and Vancouver to Manila. By the way guys, if you want to book your ticket, make sure you book it as early as you can kasi mas mura and mas makakatipid kayo. Kung makakahanap kayo ng mga discounted rate, mas okay. For me kasi medyo mahal na yung nabili kong ticket because it is less than 2 weeks before the day of my flight. Pero nung tinitignan ko kasi yun, nung mga 1 month pa lang, mababa pa. Like around 1 month before my flight, siguro mga 30,000 lang. Pero nung 2 weeks, grabe. 2 weeks before my flight, 40,000 na. See, ang laki agad ng price difference. Nadagdagan agad ng 10,000 pesos. 10,000 guys is very important. This one is mandatory for all travelers flying here in Canada. And that is a government-approved accommodation sa isa sa mga hotels na approved nila here in Canada. There are various locations here that are openly and available for you guys. Meron sa Richmond, sa downtown, and sobrang daming options. So this government-approved accommodation is higher and a bit expensive than a normal hotel room. Kasi sabi nila, included na daw doon ang security, your food, and also lahat ng mga kailangang measures, especially ngayong pandemic. This guys is mandatory and even though ayaw mo, kailangan mong gawin. Plus, nag-range ang mga hotels na to from 1,000 to 2,000 Canadian dollars. I know, mahal talaga. Make sure, be wise in choosing the hotel that you really need, especially if you are on a budget. I joined a Facebook group for hotel quarantines or just quarantines in Canada. So here, Very helpful ng group na yan when I was looking for hotels, on what do I do during my quarantine, and nag-gain din ako ng mga friends dyan sa group na yan. Next is your place of quarantine. So, after having a government-approved accommodation hotel that is 3 days, make sure na meron din kayo yung place of quarantine after that. Either you rent an Airbnb, a room, or kung meron na kayong house here, much better. Also, tinatanong din ng officer if you already have a quarantine plan location. So, meron na tayong 6 requirements. You're halfway there, guys. So, first is yung passport, your visa, your permits, your flight ticket, a government-approved accommodation hotel, and your quarantine plan location. Ito, sobrang important nito. Grabe. That is your negative swab test prior to your flight. So this one should be valid 72 hours before your flight. Please lang guys, make sure to do it sa designated or approved swab testing facility lang ng airline nyo. So for me, sa Philippine Airlines, madami silang accredited na swab testing facility. So pumunta ako sa PAL mismo na office in Ermita, malapit sa Robinsons. Kailangan mo din yan when you enter here in Canada. Ipapresent mo din yung negative swab test result mo. So ako noon, my flight is May 27, 7 p.m. Nagpa-swab test ako May 25, 9 a.m. So, the 8th requirement is nata-arrive ka na. Doon mo ilalagay lahat ng information mo. Why are you traveling here in Canada? Saan ka mag-stay? We have a GAA hotel. Ayun yung ginagamit ni Canada to monitor the people that are coming here. So, after you signed up, bibigyan ka niya ng ArriveCan receipt. Your ArriveCan receipt is ipapresent mo naman sa CBSA officer. So, we are down to the last 2 requirements na kailangan nyo. Number 9 is a Life Labs registration. So, ano nga ba yung Life Labs? Si Life Labs is the company that will conduct the swab test once you arrive here in Canada. So, ayun, magsa-swab test ka na before your flight. Pagdating mo dito sa Canada, kailangan mo pa rin magpa-swab test. So, don't worry guys, kasi itong swab test na to is free and nasa airport lang siya before ka lumabas. So, sobrang bilis lang ng process nitong swab test na to because since konti nga lang yung flights that are going here in Canada, so konti lang din yung mga tao na nagpapaswab. Plus, kung meron ka ng registration prior, mas mabilis na. And then, after that, you're one step closer in going to your hotel. Is your Switch Health. Si Switch Health naman is your Day 8 test kit. Si Switch Health is yung gagawin mong test once you're on your Day 8. So, magsa-swab test ka mag-isa. Pero don't worry guys, kasi meron namang registered na practitioner that will watch you once you do it. This is what it looks like. Nakalagay din sa test kit kung anong araw ka register or magpapaswab ulit. Please make sure na once you arrive here in Canada, in any parts of Canada, make sure na i-follow nyo lahat ng rules and regulations sa quarantine kasi ayaw mo naman magbayad ng fine kasi medyo mahal talaga magbayad ng fine. So, recap lang natin kung ano yung mga requirements na kailangan nyo when you enter here in Canada. So, let's recap what are the things or the requirements that you need to enter here in Canada. First is your passport, your visa, permits, government-approved accommodation hotel, quarantine location, flight ticket, a negative swab test result, ArriveCan, Life Labs, and Switch Health. Those are the 10 requirements that you need in entering here in Canada. So, I know this will vary depending on you, kung ano ba yung eligibility mo, kung ano pa ba yung mga kailangan mo, but these are the major requirements that you need. You might opt to have a medical insurance coming from your country, And then next is petty cash. In case you're transferring from airport to hotel and your hotel to the quarantine location. And kung magpapadeliver kayo ng food. So, meron pa pala. Kailangan mo ng support system. Sobrang saya ko because ang support system ko ay napakalaki. My parents, my friends, family friends. Sobra akong happy, especially sa family ko, kila mama and kila papa. Shout out! So, that's it guys! I have read all your messages, your comments about me coming here in Canada. And sa inyo, na gusto nyo na din magpunta dito. Dami din talagang aspiring na people that really wants to experience the Canadian life. And ang masasabi ko lang is, kaya niyo yan. Just hold on to your Canadian dream and in God's perfect timing, makukuha niyo din yan. And kapag nandito na kayo, make sure to enjoy every bit of it because this is a lifetime opportunity. And guys, thank you sa lahat ng mga comments and sa continuous support in watching my videos. Always remember, dreams really do come true. Bye guys!